Hey guys, and welcome back. I thought today would be a good day to do a no makeup, minimal makeup routine. This is how I like to do my makeup on the weekends when I'm not really doing anything, when I'm just gonna be around the house. I guess it's also like a sort of like a no foundation routine as well. And of course, I'm only going to be using drugstore products. So I hope you guys like this video. It's gonna be super relaxed, super laid back, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I zoomed you guys up a little bit so you can see how my skin looks like right now. I obviously have certain things I need to cover up like that. And then there's certain areas here and stuff that are just things that I want to cover. My face is clean right now. I don't have anything on it. Today I'm going to use the Rimmel, what's it called? Insta Conceal and Contour Palette. This is in the shade Light. I'm going to take the first shade right here and just mix it in with the last shade right here. And then I'm going to spot conceal on this guy right here, and I think that is probably the only spot where I kind of want to spot conceal. Maybe this red mark as well over here. So this concealer is obviously not like the fullest coverage, but I feel like it does kind of mask the redness, which is the main goal here. I don't really care if like you can still tell it's a blemish because like who cares really, but I do like to have the redness kind of toned down. So then I want to apply my concealer. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photofocus concealers today. This concealer is really natural in my opinion. It looks very natural on my skin, and when I'm not wearing foundation, I kind of like to use a natural concealer because once you blend it in, it kind of just disappears onto your skin. It kind of just blends in with your actual skin. So this looks like a lot of concealer, but actually you'll see when like you blend it out, it really tones it down a lot. I'm just going to put that under my eyes, on my chin a little bit, and then in the center of my forehead as well. And because this concealer that I'm using right now is really pale, I'm going to mix it in with the shade Light Beige. And then I'm going to be blending that in with a sponge. This is the Whispers sponge, like one of the Whisper sponges. I bought a pack of 3 of them for like $7 or something. It was really cheap. Like I mentioned, once you blend in this concealer, it really doesn't even look like you're wearing any. It looks very skin-like and natural, especially when you use a damp sponge with it. So like I mentioned, once this concealer has all been blended in, it looks extremely natural. You can't tell where the concealer ends on my face. It kind of just blends into my natural skin, and things are still poking through. My freckles are all still showing. I feel like I'm getting like a rash on this side. I don't know where this redness is coming from. I don't normally have that redness there, so we are gonna ignore it. To set my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the Rimmel Insta Fix and Matte Translucent Powder. This obviously adds no coverage, but I like that when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup because it'll set that concealer so that the concealer doesn't crease or doesn't break up throughout the day, but it'll also help keep my skin matte, especially in like my T-zone area. So I'm going to put that under my eyes, on my chin, and in the center of my forehead. Plus it's translucent, so you really can't see it on your skin. There's no extra pigment to it. On the rest of my face, well, I'm going to start by applying this Wet n Wild Photofocus Pressed Powder in the shade Warm Beige. And I'm going to start by using the sponge with this. And I like to do this because the sponge obviously gives it the most natural look, but I'm also just going to use it on the areas where I added the spot concealer, because I find that using a sponge is really going to pack that powder on so that concealer won't go anywhere, but it's also going to add that extra coverage just in case the spot concealer didn't do enough. I am going to really lightly dust this on the rest of my face, like super lightly. Like I don't want to pack it on. I still want it to look like my skin. I don't want it to look like I'm wearing a powder. So that's what my skin's looking like right now. Obviously, it's not perfect, but it also does not look like I'm wearing a ton on my face. I think my skin looks a lot evener, more toned down, not as red, but at the same time it really looks like my skin and it feels like my skin. And in case you didn't notice, I left my nose like completely bare because that just gives it more of a natural look, if that makes sense. It really does not look like I'm wearing anything on my face if I leave my nose as red or as shiny as it is. I'm going to apply some bronzer. This is just going to kind of gives a little bit more definition to my face, but I'm going to use a very light hand so it doesn't look heavy or like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. I'm just going to use my Maybelline MasterBronze palette. I like to mix the top 2 shades here, and I'm just going to very, very lightly dust this in the hollows of my cheeks, just around the edges to add something there, but not a lot, so it looks as natural as possible. I'm gonna add a little bit on my forehead, like my temple area here. It also helps because I find that my face without foundation is just naturally lighter than my neck and my hands and like the rest of my body. And I guess it's because like my face isn't exposed to this. I don't know why my face never tans as much as like the rest of my body. For blush, I like to use an illuminating blush. This is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Rose Doro, and I'm going to apply this to my cheekbones. Well, like my cheeks, I guess, not my cheekbones. I tend to always do a little bit more with blush when I am not wearing like a foundation and not a lot of makeup, because it looks like a natural flush for the most part. It doesn't really look like blush, and it gives my face that like rosier appearance, which I think looks nice. I'm going to add some product to my brows. My brows are really, I don't know what's going on with these, but they're naturally very long and they're also pretty dark. So I'm just going to apply a brow gel. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in the shade Medium Dark, and I'm just going to use the spoolie to brush the hairs in place because they're so long that they tend to go all over the place. It really keeps them in line. And I'm also a huge fan of bushy, feathery brows, so if you do not like feathery bushy brows like this, you don't have to do it like this. I just like the way this looks when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I totally forgot highlighter. I think I'm just going to use this cream highlighter. I know I applied powder over top, but I'm just going to use this because I totally forgot to do it. Cream highlighters definitely look nice on those natural days, so I'm just going to apply this directly from the bowl. It didn't even say what this is. This is the Rimmel Insta Duo Contour Stick. So I'm going to apply it directly with the bullet and then blend it in with my fingers. This gives it just such a nice, like, natural glow. It looks kind of just like my skin is sweaty, but not. I took that in my inner corners as well. Cupid's bow. A little bit on my chin and in the center of my forehead. I don't even need to add it to my nose because my nose kind of already has a glow to it because I didn't really do anything with it. I think that looks so nice and naturally glowy. It doesn't really look like anything on my face. I think cream highlighters are the way to go when you're wearing minimal makeup, but try and apply them before your powders if possible. I'm going to spritz my face. I'm going to douse my face. The NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. While that's kind of drying, I'm then going to apply my lipstick. I'm using this e.l.f. Velvet Matte lipstick. This is in the shade Brick, but I'm only going to really apply it in the center of my lips. And then I'm going to smudge it in with my finger. And that is pretty much it. That is the entire look completed. I'm not even going to apply mascara. Mostly because I do not have a mascara that looks natural right now. The only mascara I have is like super clumpy and super dark. So I am not going to apply mascara. If you have naturally long lashes, you definitely don't need to. But even if your lashes are stumpy and short like mine, I don't think it looks actually that bad. I think if you're going for a no makeup look, wearing mascara is a dead giveaway that you're wearing makeup. So that pretty much is the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. I don't even think it was a tutorial. I think it's just like me getting ready in front of you. Let me know what your guys' like no makeup routine is, what you wear when you just have to either run out of the house on an errand, or if you're just like, I don't know, doing something where you're like hanging out with friends or something and you don't want to put on a full face. Let me know what you guys do. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!